literally here in the middle of Times Square. Greetings, guys. New York is in pretty much a virtual lockdown here, but I wanted to come up to Times Square just to see how many people were actually complying with the, I guess it's more than a suggestion that bars and restaurants stay closed, but a once densely traveled, probably the most famous few blocks in the world, have virtually come to a standstill. There are still people running around, smiles on their faces, random masks being worn, but so far it looks like they've succeeded in gutting the spirit of the Great White Way here and knocked down the market again today, another 1,200 points, I think. I don't know, maybe it's come back a little, but I was listening to a couple doctors yesterday, one of which he's actually a legitimate doctor, Dr. Drew, who happens to agree with me that the media is out of control, reckless, and irresponsible. And of course, they know exactly what they're doing. And it looks like everybody's just piling on. More cities are being closed, borders are being locked down, and still the death toll here is about 50. And, you know, myself and a bunch of people just aren't seeing the math that justify this lockdown. They're crushing the economy. They know they are. I think the Bolsheviks have figured out a way to really disrupt the capitalist push of the United States and its strength. I'm just hoping that we find a goddamn... It's not even really an issue. They're just making it an issue. But supposedly Johns Hopkins has come up with something that will interfere or interrupt the march, if you will, of this thing that's by the experts being considered no more than a cold. You know, we're not being told about the recovery rate. We're not being told that Tom Hanks and his wife are out of any kind of danger. All we're hearing about from the media is there are no test kits. There are no test kits. There are no ventilators. You know what? Why don't you look at the numbers? How many people are dying? They're just looking at cases. It's like every time somebody gets a cold, it makes its way onto the news. It's just outrageous and ridiculous. So stay strong, patriots. Take care of the people around you. By all means, wash your hands, clean your nose, and don't lick the subway car pole. But we know you're smarter than that. Have a great day. Be safe. Where we go one, we go all. From Times Square, New York City, it's Bad Gringo.